Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, dev server. Whee! Who cares? They're adding in a bunch of stuff. Now, the people who have been jonesing for the Swedish Nordic test or tech tree, yay, you're getting it. That's all wonderful. I'm happy for you. Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to some of those planes. But the rest of it's pretty much a bust. I don't drive tanks, I don't drive helicopters, and I don't drive ships. I'm glad to see the Helena coming. Even though it's a horrible ship. Lousy armor. Basically a light cruiser with heavy cruiser armament. If you're wondering what that means, the Pensacola. The Helena is a light cruiser. The Helena is basically a Brooklyn. Pensacola is, again, it's built on a light cruiser hull, light cruiser armor with heavy cruiser guns. It's got 10 8-inch guns, and they're the Mark 14s, so they really don't fire that well. And if they are modeling this to the T, then when they pull the trigger, every gun in that turret will fire. Not every turret, if they decide to do individual turrets, but the way the guns were designed and the turrets were designed, when you shot the guns, they all recoiled at once. They all shot at once. Whether that's going to show up in the game, who knows? We'll find out. But then, we go take a look at the helicopters. Absolutely nothing new there. Army. Woo! Yes, we got the M1A2 Abrams. I don't care. I don't drive tanks. For those of you that drive tanks, goody gumdrop. Whoop-de-doo. Have a nice time. Enjoy yourselves. They'll throw in something else that will just absolutely obliterate it. Let's take a look at Germany. And we start again with aviation because reasons. And we see that there still is nothing in the aviation tree. No new stuff. And we keep getting this. I don't care. It doesn't help doing anything other than just telling me my process timed out. Whatever. Helicopters. Nothing new in the lineup for the Germans as far as helicopters go. Army. Let's see. Nope. Nada. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. BMP-1 DDR. And I think that's the only new one, which is okay, fine. Fleet, I don't believe they got anything new. I don't see it. They did get one new one. It's a destroyer. Model 1934A, modernization 1944. New vehicle. Woo! 127 millimeter guns, 5 inchers, 4 of them. Looks like it's got a pretty good flak setup. So getting close to this destroyer is going to be problematic for aircraft and small boats. But that's pretty much it. USSR. I didn't see anything new in the fleet. So we'll go to aviation, and again, I don't have everything in aviation. God bless it, stop that. And I don't see anything new in Russian aviation. Helicopters, yay, yay, yay. 2 new ones, one a premium, the KA-50, which is, okay, it's a helicopter, and the Mi-28H, which is one of their better helicopters. Wonderful. Got no use for it. Army. Let's see what we've got here. It seems like almost everything is in the top tier. BMP-3. I think that's the only new addition to the Russians during this period of time. On to Britain. We're going to start with the Army. We'll come down through here. Vickers Mark 7. Interesting looking plant or tank. It's a Leopard hull with a Vickers turret. It's got the 120 millimeter rifled cannon. On to helicopters, and nothing new there. Aviation. The only new one is the premium Hunter FGA-9, which I think was a export plane. I could be wrong, but I think that was an export. And it does get the AIM-9Bs. So, those of you that didn't like shooting the SRAMs, you can now have AIM-9s. Only 2 of them, though. Fleet. I believe, yeah, HMS Belfast. A premium. Now, for those of you that are British and have been to London and have been down to the Thames, I'm sure that you have probably seen the HMS Belfast, which is moored there. Interesting ship. I like it. It's a nice one, and it would make a good premium. That's pretty much all I've got to say about it. Nothing bad to say about the Belfast. Matter of fact, I might even pick that up, even though I'll never sail it. Japan. We'll start with the fleet, and it doesn't look like they got anything. Aviation-wise, Japan actually got nothing there. Helicopters. We still only have 1 helicopter. Army. And nothing new there. I'm not even going to waste my time in China. Italy. Starting with the Army. And there is nothing new being added to the Army. We go to helicopters, and they have the A-129 International. An interesting helicopter. Sort of reminiscent of the Russian one. We go to aviation, and we still have whatever they had from the last. So let's go into France. France, we have a new plane. New plane. We'll preview that. This is the, well, what is it? The BR 693 AB2. If you know what the name of this thing is, let me know. Honestly, it's well, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to think about it. But there you have it. Let's get out of there. We come down the list. All these American planes. Oh my God. Then we get some French planes. Yay! French, and then another American. More French, and then another American, and another American. We now have the F-100D for the French. Another copy-paste that I have absolutely zero interest in acquiring. I'm getting sick and tired of copy-paste, and Gaijin is getting lazy, and they haven't done anything about new matches. Hopefully they will do that. As for helicopters, nothing new in the helicopters, and in the Army, we have an AMD 35. Let's take a look at that real quick. Preview. Customization. That'll work. And it's an armored car. It's an armored car with a 25 millimeter cannon. Top speed. Where is it? Max speed, 44 miles an hour. You do the metric conversion. And it's a rather tall one, so visibility at 76% means you better be looking to hide behind things. Alrighty, let's continue on down through. And we have the AMX-30 ARCA. Let's take a look at that. Preview that. Not a bad looking tank. 142 millimeter gun launcher. Ooh, something similar to the 152 millimeter gun launcher. Modifications. Armor piercing, anti-tank missile, and high explosive. So you can either fire anti-tank missiles or high explosive rounds. High explosive rounds are going to have a very steep trajectory. And the anti-tank missiles won't be... They'll be just a little bit slower than the artillery rounds. But they'll have pretty good penetration, 800 millimeters. So, enjoy your tank. Let's go back. And that pretty much does it. Yep, that's pretty much it. No helicopters, no one airplane, 2 airplanes. The F-100D. What do we got in the way of modifications? Ooh, cut down pretty bad. Mighty Mouse rockets, and AIM 9Bs, 4 of them. You don't even get the AIM 9Es. So, talk about being cut off at the knees. And this is why I do not like copy-paste. Enough of that. Well, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I haven't heard of any new missions. Battles, let's take a look in custom battles. Create a session. Favorites. Yeah. Takes that out. And doesn't look like anything new so far. I don't play the ground forces battles anyhow. So me looking through this is kind of useless. Fulda is actually kind of a neat map. I like the map because of what's on it. Now, I wish they would use this for air battles, but hey, Gaijin will do what Gaijin wants to do, and they don't want to give us enough air battles to actually have good air battles. They keep giving us stupid stuff like El Alamein and Berlin. And that Berlin map is absolutely disastrous. Let's get down the list here into something else. The conquest maps are horrible. Haven't seen anything new yet. Stalingrad, yada. Now, I've seen the Vietnam map from the air, and that isn't a bad map. It's an interesting map. And I wouldn't mind having that in air realistic if Gaijin was so willing to give us something like that and, make the map the size that air realistic need for jets, and put in, some ground forces for us to attack. Some of us are actually completely against playing ground forces. These are the same. Yep. Pretty much the same. I don't know why they even leave this map in. It's just long distance flying, and unless you're playing fighters, it's a fighter's map. Same with this one. Yeah, there's some bombers to intercept, but the rest of it is ridiculous. And Mozdok. Yeah. Get rid of this map. This is absolutely stupid. This is disastrous. You're right on top of one another. No matter which airfield you're taking off from, you're right on top of each other. Britain, worthless. Bulge used to be good. El Alamein, another worthless map. Battle for the Rhine. I really do like this map for one reason. Killing the trains. The rail cars, they need to be worth more. Still haven't seen anything. Chinese Civil War. Battle of Moscow, Hertgen II. Current events. Arenas, Hardest Day. Yeah, Operation Chastise. We don't get that. We don't get Guardian Angel. The Hardest Day, we don't get that anymore. There's a lot of these that we don't get anymore. Just don't get them. Event, Convoy Interception. I haven't seen that one in forever. Weapons Test. Wake Island. Whoa, if this one isn't a real doozy. Floats. These are Black Thursday. Interesting one. Why don't we see that anymore? British Convoy. That would be interesting to fly. It seems like all the ones where you're actually got a mission to do, Gaijin is taken away. Alternate History Spain. The only time you see that is in Top Tier. Alternate History Berlin. I really hate seeing this map. It is absolutely crazy to see this map. Alternate History Kreminsk. I actually can still stomach this one, but it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. Preparation for landing on Hokkaido. I am sick to death of this map. Landing at Malta. Again, I'm sick to death of this. Battle at Malta. Same thing. Alternate History Afghanistan. Spare me. Air domination. We're talking basically domination. These are all arcade maps. I don't fly arcade, so I don't see them. Ground strike. Blah, 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 blah. More arcade maps. And, they say they're ground strike missions, but it's all anti-fighter missions. Frontline, air domination. Then we have the duels. Don't care about the duels. Tournament. Racing. We're finally into the ships. African Gulf. Okay, that's an arcade map. Arcade map, 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 arcade map. This one actually has enough open space that I can say that it's not fully arcade, but it's an arcade map. Mediterranean port. Got enough open space. It's not quite an arcade map. Arcade map. Arcade map. African Gulf, a little bit more open. Fiji, arcade map. Arcade map. Norway again. Andaman Sea. Not a bad once you get away from the AB section. Green Mountain Gulf, arcade map, arcade map, arcade map, arcade map. Wide open. Jungle map. This is Savo Island and Iron Bottom Sound. This wouldn't be bad. Conquest at Midway. Interesting, but not realistic. New Guinea map. Again, nicely open. Interesting map. A lot of open space on some of these. Black Sea port. Oh. And that's the end of them. Not a lot of really great maps. Gaijins got a lot of work to do to make the game more fun. I'm not complaining about the lack of aircraft. I'm complaining about the lack of gameplay mechanic update. You may not agree with me, and you're entitled to not agree with me. But the game is, well, it's getting boring. It's the same old, same old, same old. And that same old is, tedious. So the sooner Gaijin gets around to fixing the nightmare that they've created, which is a lack of advancement in far as missions and maps. I mean, maps that should be for tier 3 and low tier 4 are being used for tier 5 and 6. Yeah, that's pretty outrageous. Planes that have no business flying on these small maps, or medium sized maps, even. And it's like Gaijin can't get that through their heads. They're too busy jamming other stuff down our throats. I'm a person that does not care one bit about your naval forces and does not cares even less about tanks and helicopters. I think they implemented them properly in the beginning and then stepped on themselves. When they allowed tanks to go to ultra low quality where you could spot the enemy across the entire battlefield, through bushes, through woods, I lost interest. And I have quite a few ground kills. Tank ground kills. And I was pretty good at it, too. I had one where I had a 7-kill run. But there's a lot that they have just completely ignored. And they continue to ignore it. And actual realistic battles, air battles, gameplay is one of those things they're ignoring. They haven't come up with a new mission in a long time. And when they do, it ends up being the same old formula of plop down 2 air bases and stick everything right between them. So that no matter what you do, you're going to get slaughtered. Because not everyone wants to play a fighter. You see what my lineup is here for the USA. Fighter, bomber, attacker, 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 attacker. These are the planes I like to play. When I'm playing Germany, right now, the first 3 planes, they're just there. I don't play them. See? 10 free repairs, 10 free repairs, 9 free repairs. I flew the MiG once. This is one of my favorite bombers of all time. I've flown it a lot. This one isn't bad. I don't like it very much because it won't slow down when I want it to slow down. Talk about a plane that absolutely needs air brakes. But it didn't have them, so I can't have them. But that's the way it is. I mean, I don't fly Russia, so anything that's in my lineup here really is, it's in my lineup, so big deal. Britain, I really would like to play the British planes more. Japan, I just don't like the planes. I just don't like them. I'm not even going to talk about China because as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist other than somebody on the other side to shoot down. Italy. Love the planes. Got no reason to fly them. It just isn't a reason. France. Love the planes. But I'm not going to fly the F-86K, and I'm not going to fly the F-100D for France. I'll fly the Super Mystere B-2 occasionally, mostly in test flight because it's just too much to upgrade it. It's ridiculous. And the Bateurs, they turned into meat on the grinder. Now I know people are still playing like the Israeli Defense Force Bateur, and I don't blame them. I mean, you get 30 free repairs when you buy it. But the F-86K, not interested. The F-100D, not interested. I know there's going to be somebody who's going to run right out and they're going to say, gotta have it. They're going to slap down their gold and say, gimme. Good for you. Good for you. I've got one in the American lineup. I don't need one in the French lineup. Don't need it. Don't want it. And where are they going to put planes like the Étendard? Are they going to put the Étendard after the F-100D, after they put in a Mirage? Are they going to stick it underneath the Bateurs? What about the Spitgat Jaguar? Yeah. There's a lot that needs to be considered here, and we do not need more and more and more copy paste like the entire Chinese line. Now somebody's gonna come and say, "Oh, but they're special to China." I don't care. You get the same thing in the Russian lineup, the American lineup, the British lineup. The only thing different, I mean, the CW21 and the P66. The A29, no, that's in the lineup already. Oh, they also get the German HS-123. And that's the B-10. I don't care what anyone says. That's the B-10. You know, they've got Japanese planes. They've got Russian planes. They've got American planes. And then they get, oh, this is the H5. It's not the IL-28. It's the IL-28. That's the Shenyang F5. No, what you have there is a MiG-17 built by China with an afterburner and air-to-air missiles. MiG-17. I'm not even sure what the J2 is. I don't care. MiG-21 with a second cannon. F-86, F-30. Great, wonderful. P-51K. Great, wonderful. P-38L. Great, wonderful. The 51D-20. You know, I'm done. I'm not going to... There's only 2 planes that I want out of the whole thing, and I'm not going to waste my time working on the Chinese line to get these planes. This is the B-10. It's a premium in the American lineup. Yeah. Think about that. Ooh, They, this is the, it's a P40C. It may have a different engine, but it's a P40C. It's got the same amount of ammo. It's got the same number of guns. It's a P40C. It's got the same speed, the same climb. The only thing different about it is labeling and the picture. The skin. Kai 84. A6M2. Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot about the Hawk 3. Right. Like anyone's really going to fly that in combat. Gaijin, stop it with the copy paste. Start working on getting your missions and maps up to date. I understand you need to get new shinies into the game and new functions. Oh yeah, there's a new function for the air-to-air missiles or rockets for the F-89D, where once the radar is locked onto a target, the missiles fly out so far and detonate next to the airplane, causing shrapnel destruction. Yay! Hope it works. They might actually be able to be fighter attackers instead of just bomber killers. So, am I stoked for Dev Server 1.93 and the upcoming 1.93? No, not in the least. There is nothing to warrant being excited unless you're interested in the Swedish Air Force coming. I gotta say, I kind of like the Tunnen. The J-29 is an interesting plane. But we're getting a one-off as a starter plane at $50 a head. Or we're getting the Swedish version of the 109. Same engine, same cannons, same propeller, just a little bit different body made out of wood. And a wide track landing gear, so it won't tip over as easily. But other than that, there isn't that much in this update. You know, I'm sorry. It's just a garbage update. And I've talked long enough. This is Subdude signing off. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and maybe Gaijins got some other things they still to throw into the match maker. But this first look, extremely disappointing. Bye-bye, folks.